All right, we are starting with some breaking news coming in as the controversy over Bible imposition is escalating further. Now a show cause notice has been issued to the minority school, that is the Clarence High School, over the issue. A 7-day notice, that is 7 days, have now been given to the authorities to respond in the matter.
And if found guilty, legal opinion will be sought and action will be taken as per the Karnataka Education Act. Straight away going across to Deepak Bopanna, who is joining us live on this issue. Deepak, a show cause that has now been served to the school. Meanwhile, the school principal had come out to say that they will be following the law of the land and a reply will be filed soon.
Yes, the Education Minister has just confirmed that within 7 days, Clarence, the school, will have to give, all the details that they have to the block education officer pertaining to the allegations that they face that the students were forced to bring the Bible and, and even the religious teachings were imparted to the students through this. So we'll really have to see what response comes in from the institution. As far as the Education Minister himself is concerned, he has said that there is no scope under the Karnataka Education Act for any sort of religious teachings in the school, especially forcibly, and the Karnataka Education Act is bearing on all educational institutions, be it a minority institution or be it any sort of syllabus that they teach. That the Karnataka Education Act can really mandate what can and what cannot be taught. So he really says that while Clarence High School has in the past made a statement that they are going to seek legal opinion in this particular matter, he's also here responded to what the Archbishop said in a statement that was released yesterday, where he said that it's not fair to go by reports that this is an attempt to convert students, because this institution has been running for decades and there is no such allegation that has come out in the past. And right now, because of any sort of propaganda that there could be some sort of attempt to convert, the state government should not give in to it. He also says that the Education Minister himself in the past had said that Bhagavad Gita can be introduced in the curriculum as a part of moral education, and he says that cannot be considered as an attempt to convert students. So in the same manner, minority institutions have
in fact, stay with us,
right.
Deepak. We'll also play out another reaction coming in of the Karnataka government that is now slamming the imposition of Bible, saying that they can't hide under the garb of minority institutions, stating that the Karnataka Education Act applies to all schools. Listen in.
Not according to our act, they cannot teach any religious books in the schools. Neither they can force any student to practice their religious deeds. So the school has done a mistake. So BO has given a notice to them. We have given 7 days to answer. After getting the answer, definitely we will take our legal opinion and do according to the act.
So Deepak, if I can come back to you on that, is this the particular Clarence High School that we are talking about that actually has some sort of an undertaking that the parents need to sign before the admission happens, where they are apprised and given the information that Bible will be taught, there will be a certain hymn book that the students will have to follow irrespective of what background or religion they follow?
Yes, now this notice that has been issued is to this particular institution, and the Education Minister saying that it's wrong if it was being done, and an investigation now has been ordered, and also like he was mentioning there, a notice has been issued to the institution to respond as well, after which he says that legal opinion will be sought, and as per the Karnataka Education Act, if there is a need, action as well will be initiated against this institution, is a statement coming in from the Karnataka Education Minister.
All right, stay with us, Deepak. We're also joined by Mr. Dayal on the phone. And Mr. Dayal, how would you respond to this latest, statement coming in from the state government in Karnataka that have now made it clear that they cannot, or children cannot be asked to forcibly, in a way, accept or even read a Bible in certain, schools, specifically talking about convent schools?
Hindu children, or for that matter, Muslim, Buddha, and Sikh children cannot be forced to read the Bible anywhere. And in no Christian school or any other minority school is the minority religion forced on other children. It is only the children of that minority group which are doing. But there's also an inherent hypocrisy in this. The governments across the country including at the center, talking of making reading the Gita mandatory. I'm all for reading all religious texts. The more you read, the better human being you become. But I think it is time that the BJP governments realized that the hypocrisy has been exposed thoroughly.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dayal, for getting us the latest. So once again, reiterating for viewers and also reading out what exactly the Karnataka Education Act of 1983 really states. It states that there is a reasonable excuse for non-attendance for the purpose of this act. Any of the following circumstances shall be deemed to be reasonable excuse for non-attendance of a child, that there should be no approved school within the prescribed distance from his residence. Also stating that when a local authority or a governing council of any private education institution fails to fulfill any of these conditions of recognition, they will certainly be a punishment and a dismissal of teachers. This is certainly the powers that are now residing with the state government according to this act. We'll first play out that reaction coming in.
Not according to our act, they cannot teach any religious books in the schools. Neither they can force any student to practice their religious deeds. So the school has done a mistake. So BO has given a notice to them. We have given 7 days to answer. After getting the answer, definitely we will take our legal opinion and do according to the act.
Malvika Avinash of the BJP also with us, because Malvika, is there just one particular school that has been identified? Because now the state education minister is saying that the law prevails everywhere as far as the Education Act is concerned, and that needs to be followed.
The education minister, in his capacity as minister, has issued a show cause notice to the school because a complaint has come into public domain about 2 days ago. He will wait for the school to respond, see if it is well within what the law permits for the school to prescribe Bible for education. And based on that only, action will or will not be taken. We'll have to wait for the school to respond first.
All right, stay with us, Malvika. We are also joined by Brijesh Kalapa on the phone. And Brijesh, speaking legally now, the state government says that according to law, the state government has the power to withhold and reduce and even withdraw a grant. And according to the laws, they also state under this particular act how directly or indirectly encouraging any propaganda or practice of wounding the religious feelings of any class of citizens of India or insulting the religion or religious beliefs of that class is not allowed.
That is an accepted position. What you're saying is absolutely the correct position.
So
but
exactly.
you see,
Yes.
if there is a school which is a minority education institution, and it is protected under Article 29 and 30 of the Constitution of India. So Article 30 is regarding linguistic minorities, and insofar as Article 29 it's in regard to religious minorities. Religious minorities have the right to run their schools and propagate their own religion and within the school. So if the school is following those parameters, then nobody has the right to stop it. In fact, the state has to fund such institutions, and the states have been funding such institutions because religious and linguistic minorities are meant to be protected in this country. And I think as far as these religious minorities are concerned, of course, if there is an instance of any forced conversion, then it's a different matter. But that doesn't seem to be the case. The school is over 100 years old. It doesn't appear to be that there has been any case of any forced conversion at all. It's just that the Bible, which is the religious text of the Christians, has been supplied to students, and if it's optional for the student to actually read it or not to read it.
No,
But
that's
as
the
far
point
as-
there, Mr. Kalapa. It's not optional. It's mandatory. That is the objection that is being raised.
That is a complainant's version. But the school, insofar as the newspaper has said, newspaper has made it clear that the school never made it compulsory, and it was that compulsory factor only for Christian students. If Christian students are meant to, because their admission itself is on the basis of their religion. So if
No, sir, what the story is that there is an undertaking rather that is being made to sign by the parents there for the admission of their children, that the Bible would be taught. There will be a certain hymn book that all of the students, it's mandatorily that they will be carrying them and they will be reading it. So that is the objection that is being now raised, and as far as the State Education Minister is also concerned, they've taken cognizance of the matter. Malvika Avinash, Mr. Brijesh Kalapa, thank you very much for joining in. This is a big story that we continue to track right here on Times Now.